Hello everybody, I'm Yolanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome or welcome back. Today I am going to do a whip and chat, so grab out whatever it is your work in progress, aka whip. And yeah, let's just have a ramble, shall we? So this kit I'm working on is probably the last time you will see this on, well, at least on a whip and chat. I'm planning on finishing this one soon. I don't have that terribly much to do anymore, so hopefully it will work out as I plan. Because yeah, I'm already planning out like what am I planning to finish, what do I want to like move along to next year and everything. Because yeah, the end of the year is approaching and I'm really realizing that it's going quickly. Yeah, so at least planning is to finish this one soon. And yeah, I don't think this will be featuring in another whip and chat because I'm planning on doing a latch hook video next week. It normally should have been this week, but since my husband is at gym class with the kids now, I have give or take an hour to film. And if I need to do a latch, well, if I wanted to do a latch hook, then I really often need to make sure that I pause, grab out the new threads and everything. So yeah, that takes up a lot more time. So yeah. Let's see, actually, like, is it light enough here or do I need to turn on my ring light? I think it's light enough. We'll probably have some glare like on this side, but yeah, we have a window like there, that way, like a meter away. But yeah, it is now 4 o'clock in the evening, well, afternoon. And yeah, here in the Netherlands, it's getting dark kind of early. So yeah, in case you didn't know, I'm in the Netherlands. So yeah, if my language doesn't make much sense, that's why. But yeah. But yeah, my husband has his second week of vacation. So he wanted to take the kids to gym class. And I was like, okay, that nicely gives me the time to film, which is always nice. I don't need to kick him upstairs in the evening. So that gives him some time extra as well. And yeah, but I do need to make sure that I have everything filmed and everything done before he returns. But should be doable. Like their gym class is from 4:15 till 5 o'clock. Then they do need to change out in their regular clothing again and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not as if it's taking like an hour to get back. Since, yeah, Netherlands isn't that big, so it's most of the times everything is pretty close. Yeah, first off, how are you all doing? I hope you had a wonderful week again. If you didn't, well, I'm sorry. I hope this week will be getting better. My week was kind of good, actually. Yes, obviously, I still had some down things, but the majority of it was pretty good. So I'm feeling good. Thankfully, because yeah, I needed it. Last week also, like the week before, was also a good week. So I'm happy that even in fall, I can have some good weeks back to back. But yeah, now with my husband having vacation, it also gives some extra time to relax, to do some things that we have planned to do like in and around the house for like a long time, but never get around to it. So that makes my brain go in relaxation mode. I also have lately been grabbing like a notebook and I put everything in like stuff from like in and around the house that I'm like constantly thinking about, like, oh, I want to change this, I want to change that, and I want to do this, and that needs to be done someday. And yeah, so now I have that all out of my head, so I don't need to think about it. If I want to do like a stupid 5-minute chore that's like piling up everywhere, you know, those things you're like, I need to do that, but I don't want to, and in the end they never get done. Yeah, those kind of chores. So yeah, I now have a list of them, so when I'm having the energy to do something, I can just grab my list and see like, okay, what's doable in the time that I have now. Ooh, there came some wax out of my pen. Come on. So yeah, that's really nice to have like just a list. I can cross everything off that's done, and if I think like, okay, this needs to be done and I'm not able to do it now, I can just put it on the list for the next time. So yeah, it gives me a lot of space in my brain. A lot. Because yeah, I'm one of those people, I keep thinking about it like, ooh, I don't need to forget this. I do need to forget to remind myself of that. And yeah, in the end, I never do it. So yeah, there's that. We also last week had the parent-teacher meetings at school. Our son, we had them on Wednesday in the afternoon after school time, and for our daughter on Friday afternoon. We first thought that we had them both on the same day, but I made a little boo-boo somewhere. Ended up being a good thing, because with our son we ran late and also with our daughter. With our daughter we started actually a little bit later. We have like 10 minutes per parent, well, parent couple in our case, to like go over everything, but yeah, we needed a little bit more. But thankfully nobody really fusses about it, because I also think like many of them know like our kids, like what type of kids they are, so yeah. Thankfully they're both doing good in school, so that was nice to hear. It's always nice to hear if your kid's doing well. There are not like really like things that are like, oh, they need help with this or that, so we're happy with that. So that's all good. We can look forward to it, and I believe the next update we get is in February, so we have a bit to go. Then let's think. Husband and I had our regular date night on Wednesday evening. We did play some games again. Do need to say, like lately, it's many times game night. Also because there's not much on TV that we're like, oh yeah, I want to watch that. So we played some board games, which we enjoyed, had some snacks with it, and all the good stuff. Thinking like, did we have anything else on Wednesday? No. On Tuesday also not. Thursday we had kind of an exciting day. Our daughter needed to go to the dentist again, so we're fully prepared to have a little bit of a hissy fit from her. Because she's not really into the dentist. Not that I can blame her, but at the same time, at times it's annoying. But yeah, it's basically like she has some dentist appointments to make her less afraid of the dentist. So it's not like a really bad thing that she needs to have teeth filled or anything. It's just regular checkups, seeing how she does now, and all the good stuff. So we had an appointment at 9:45. Arrived on time. She was a little fussy in the waiting room, like afraid, nervous, which were like totally understandable. Because, yeah, obviously I still don't like going to the dentist. And yeah, I'm not afraid, but I still don't like it. Husband, on the contrary, he's afraid. But yeah, he has some stuff happening with his teeth that the dentist really screwed up. So yeah, I can better say he has a trauma of the dentist. But oh well. Obviously, we're trying not to have the kids mirror that, but they still probably pick up on more than we realize. But oh well. Yeah, so we needed to go to the dentist. Our son got to school with a neighbor from us, so she took him so we could take our daughter to the dentist. As I said, we arrived there. She wasn't really too happy with that, but again, that's like normal. So we are being called into the dentist office, and she starts bouncing around and being happy and happy, joy. All is fun in the world. She goes in the chair. She was like not really too happy with it, but she still did it. Dentist did her thing. But at a certain point, husband and I were both like, okay, now we just need to keep our mouth closed, not like, don't say anything, like don't let the dentist do it, because the dentist she has was absolutely amazing. She was like totally amazing. She was like firm with our daughter, but at the same time gentle. When she wanted to do something new, like she wanted to test out like if she could like have the like suction thingy again. And at first instance, our daughter didn't want to have that done. And she wanted to go off the chair. So the dad was like on a firm but still gentle tone, like, hey, did I say that you could go? Did I say that you can go out of the chair? In the end, she still scooted back and all was fine. So we were kind of impressed. And then she grabbed one of these like turning, spinning thingy, like polishing tools. Again, at first, daughter still didn't want to cooperate, did want to go out of the chair. Dentist again, did I tell you you could go? Like, grabbed her at her arm, like, firm enough that she couldn't go away, to say it like that, but at the same time soft enough that she didn't hurt her. So we're like, oh my god, this is amazing. So we're like totally impressed. We also talked with her later, and we also said like, I rather have a dentist that plans out like half an hour and we need just 5 minutes than have a regular dentist that can only plan in 5 minutes and it ends up taking half an hour. She also said like, well, best case scenario at her office, to say it like that, she plans in half an hour and she just needs 5. But it might be the next time that she needs to go in that she really needs those 30 minutes. Because she also said like there are some spots on her teeth that she's like, she wanted to have it checked to see like if it is a hole or not and what all needs to be done. So she was like, I'm not going to push it too far this time. So she wanted us to make an appointment for, well, it ended up end of January. She's like, I'm not going to push too much in one go, like rather have it like being multiple appointments and do a little bit more each time. So she said that she wanted to do everything she did this time, do it again, and then afterwards try to see if she could take the pictures of the teeth like with the, like, she had like, I don't know if it was the suction thing of the wind blowing thing. Like one of them, she was also to her daughter, like she is using that to either blow away or suck away like little bits of spit so she could see the teeth better. And she was doing it like that, and we were like, oh my god, this is so big of a difference to like also like a regular dentist and stuff. Our son in the regular dentist office is like cool as a cucumber, sits there, opens his mouth. It's a little bit somewhat fussy, but not like like our daughter can do. He's just like, yeah, I don't know, really sure. And afterwards we're like, oh, you can open your mouth, and he will still do it. But our daughter is not really into that, which I can understand, because, yeah, in case you don't know, our daughter has NLD, which is a nonverbal learning disorder. It's not that she has issues talking, rather she talks too much, but she like understands a lot, but she can't always like process everything, so she gets a little bit of a error in her brain, like her first teacher called it. She doesn't really know what to do with the information, like it gets somewhere like lost in translation. Like she knows what to do, and at the same time she doesn't. It's like the best way to describe it. So yeah, many times like things like at the dentist can get quite interesting. But yeah, it went really well this time. She could again pick out a little treasure out of the, like, they didn't have like an actual treasure chest like they had at the last office, because this is a little different part of like the same dentist office. But yeah, she could grab a little something. She got a ring. Our daughter is tiny, so I wanted to like put it more like on her size, because they are like these adjustable thingies. So I wanted to adjust it to her finger, and like the sparkly side, it just broke off. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, girl, I will do that. When we're at home, I will make it for you. And the dentist was like, oh, is it already snapping off? Like, yeah, that's the reason why we don't order them anymore. They're like really bad quality. But she was like, yeah, you can, to our daughter, like, you can grab another one, pick a new one out. You can have this one. Even if your mommy can make this one, you can have another one. So I was like, oh, that's sweet. I was like, if it's just, it was just an issue of like putting in some glue. So I was like, she can still use it. So I'm not like, oh, I need to have another one because this one is broken. I was like, well, girl, I'm just going to make it when we're at home. And when you're back from school, you can have it again. But yeah, the dentist jumped right in like, hey, you can get another one if mommy can fix it. You have to. So I was like, ooh, that's nice. But yeah, our daughter was really happy with everything, really enthusiastic, and we're like, oh my god, this is so amazing. Like, it's, yeah, obviously she still fussed a little bit, but nothing in comparison to other times. So yeah, we were happy. We were really happy. Happiness that they did get a little bit of a dink in the afternoon, because I've told you, I think last week, and probably more times that I can count, that we are like insulating our attic. We had finished like the last part the week before, so we ordered the new insulation that would be arriving on Thursday. If you hear like the would be, then you probably guess where this is going. If not, you probably guess it by now. But yeah, so they would be actually like delivering it on Thursday, somewhere between like 12 and 1. So we're like, okay, that's nice, because at first it was like somewhere between 6:30 in the morning and 5 o'clock in the evening. So somewhere in that area. But yeah, you get like the day in advance, you get like a notification like, hey, in between these and these times, so that you have like a little bit better of a estimate. So they said like, I'm just rounding it up. So between 12 and 1 it is coming. So we sat there waiting. We had the cats in our bedroom so that they would not be in the way, so we could directly like have it put in the front of the door and directly start bringing everything up to the attic. So we were waiting and waiting and waiting. In the end, it was about 2 o'clock, I think, 2 o'clock, 2:30, somewhere in that area. And we got a phone call. So we're like, oh, that's probably the delivery guy. Well, most likely guy, because let's be honest, most of the delivery truck drivers, like semi-trucks, I believe is the American word, like the big wheels, like many times they're male. They are female, but let's be honest, quite honest, most of the times you can go and assume it will be a man delivering. Not that I have anything against female truckers, because let's be honest, I have been thinking a long time about being a trucker myself when I was smaller, but yeah, nowadays not so much, but that's neither nor there. That's really beside the point, but oh well. But yeah, so we got a call and I did hear a female voice on the other side. I was like, oh boy, because I didn't expect the female voice. Ended up that the truck that our stuff was on broke down and they were not able to fix it the same day. So yeah, if it would be okay if they did bring it a day later, because yeah, there's something if the truck is broke that you can't drive with it. So yeah, we're like, yeah, that's totally fine. It's not something that they can do much about. So yeah, we can start fussing and everything, but to be quite honest, they also don't want to have their trucks break down, because yeah, that costs them money as well as in fixing it, as in having to have like a reschedule in, well, the schedule, like delivery schedule and everything. We could ask for like specifically like morning or afternoon. So we chose for morning because in the afternoon we had the words. Come on, words, brain, think. We had the parent-teacher conversations. That's the word. So we're like, yeah, probably would be best if it would be the morning. So it ended up being the morning, like between 10 and 11 somewhere they came around. We got a call from the delivery guy like, hey, I'm in your neighborhood, but I'm not entirely sure how I can best drive. Because yeah, I'm driving a 18 meter long truck. I not always can get in like small streets. So we talked with him and he ended up parking at like a street close to us, which is pretty big. So he was like there, he could like also get out of our neighborhood like easy, which is always a nice way to have an escape route. But yeah, so he grabbed like his little forklift and drove in our street. So yeah, then we had our installation. Needed to go on Saturday to grab like the stuff we needed with that and everything, because we need to go to our hardware store for something. I'm not entirely sure what it was again, but we needed to be there anyway. So grabbed a little bit of the stuff that we needed. Oh yeah, we needed to have the screws. Because we're like, yeah, we need screws, but how many do we probably need? So we're like, yeah, we're going to wait until we have the stuff in so we can have like a rough estimate or like how the plates are going to go and how many screws that we need for it. And these like pressure plate like thingies. So we ended up doing that on Saturday. And like, yeah, during the last week we have been, well, since Saturday, Sunday-ish, we have been insulating the attic. So yeah, it's going really well. We have yesterday been like drawing out like how do we want everything after to go. Like, okay, where does the bed come? Where does like cabinets and everything? Like, okay, what kind of walling do we do? And how do we do it? Like, can we change it up a little bit? We end up like, because we still need to have like a pole that's like part of like our stairs or the hand rail words. So yeah, we had like the pole there from like the handrail or something. So like probably, so we ended up like, okay, we're going to saw that one off. Then we have a little bit more headspace also because we can take the turn of the stairs to the room a little bit earlier. So like, you know what, we're just going to do that because then we can it's easier to like close everything off. So yeah, we have a plan made, so that's always nice. We now have like the front part of the attic is now insulated. We did like the last bit actually today, like right before we picked up the kids from school. So now we do need to like seal it off and tape it off a little bit so that it's like fully weatherproof. Yeah, then we can do like the backside. So yeah, we're probably going to get, I think, done like Friday or something. Then we need to see like where we can get the wood for the next part in like a little bit of a cheaper and timely manner and like the right size and everything, because we were already planning out that if we have like the 3-meter long planks, that we could just go from top to bottom in one go, or like, yeah, no sawing, just putting everything in. It's way easier, not too much of a fuss. So we'll be probably doing that, which is fantastic. Let's see if I'm still recording. Yes, I am. Awesome. Yeah, so then the planks, if we can find them at like a decent price, we need to order them so that we hopefully soon have them in. Need to see like if it's still the same, because we were at the hardware store today because we needed to have something else, because my husband was going great and he today put up our lighting in the kitchen because we needed to have an extra light there. So he did that, wanted to surprise me with it because I needed to go to school again for like cutting up the fruit, because someone needed to take their kids to an eye doctor. So I'm like, yeah, what do I do? And my husband like, yeah, you can go. It's like an hour and a half maximum. It's not like that brings like a big difference in the day. So we're like, okay. So I did. In the morning, I got a notification that the other person that actually should have been coming today had a medical emergency with their pet. So I was all on my own, but yeah, it's like, as long as there's nothing that we need to like cut up and everything, it's fine in my own. I'm like, don't worry about it. Nobody needs to bend in all different directions just to make sure that there is a second person. They only had like, what's it, like mandarins, tangerines, some kind of citrus, and like these little tomatoes. So I'm like, yeah, no, don't worry about it. I will fix it. Well, I was at home like 9:15, 9:30, something that direction. So I was like, yeah, no worries. Everything got done. Everything got delivered to the classes, and yay. If you heard that sound in the background, that's a plane coming by. Yeah, we have a airplane base of NATO pretty close to us. So yeah, every now and then you hear some planes here. What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, so we were today at the hardware store. That was what I was going with like the whole thingy. But yeah, when I got home from like school, my husband was busy with the lamp and he was like, yeah, I actually wanted to surprise you with it, like when you got home that it was completely done, but he ran into some issues and also I was a little bit earlier home than expected. So yeah, I was like, hey, it's the thought that counts. At least you were planning on, well, we're working on it. Now we only need to rearrange the cable for the lighting, but we didn't have the right things to fix it. We'll fix it in place because first we didn't have the cable, now we don't have the fixtures, but at least the lamp works. So that's like half the issue. But when we were there, we were also directly like looking at the planks and stuff, like, okay, what's like the size and stuff. I do know my husband saw them of like 3 meters in the store, like, or at least online in the store. So like, yeah, that would be nice. The store where we went to, they were like 270 or something. So we're like, rather not. But on the packaging, it said that they needed to be in the packaging, in the room where they need to be for like 2 weeks before installing to like get used to the climate where they need to be. So we're like, yeah, that's... At the same time, I was like, do we really need to? And at the same time, we're like, yeah, that's usual. It's many times also with like flooring and stuff. But yeah, at the same time, it was also like, then we need to wait again. And I don't want to wait anymore. But yeah, it's the same. It's the thing of like, I understand it, but it's still frustrating. Sometimes you have those things that you're like, I totally understand why, but at the same time, like, why? So I actually like hope that I don't need to do that when we order them online or anything, but I do fear for it. But oh well. But yeah, if we have to, we have to. It's that simple. Probably because like, yeah, wood has its like moving qualities. So it's easy if it's like acclimated to the room beforehand. So it's at least less. So yeah, that will, after the installation is like fully done, that will probably be the next step to have that like all figured out, ordered, delivered, have it waiting, then get everything like installed. Then I need to paint, then we can make the furniture and buy some furniture. Yeah, then we're going to get like have a big part done. So hopefully it goes all quickly. Like if we, as we said, like find these like planks that are like the full size, maybe like a few centimeters short, but that we can cheat a little bit with, because that would save us a lot of time. Because then we don't need to like figure out like where to cut, measure it, put it in the right places and everything. And that's why we decided to have like the top of the stairs, like you need to just get your head like tilted slightly, and it's a case of like you need to get used to how you need to take the stairs, but at least that way we can make it a lot easier on ourselves with how everything goes. Because it's a lot different to grab a plank of wood, hold it against the wall, screw it in place in like 3 or 4 places, and then go on to the next one. According to measure how long the plank needs to be, saw it off, place it in the right place. Do for the other side, do the same thing. And yeah, while at the same time you could do it just in one go instead of in 2. Will save a lot of time. So yeah, I'm excited for it to be done. Probably will still take like half a year or something. I know how projects go in our house, but still, it's getting some movement. So that's at least something. So probably tomorrow we will be doing a lot more of the installation, or at least a part more of the installation and everything. So yay. We're also having like 2 days a week have the kids put their shoes out for Sinterklaas, so they can have some stuff in their shoe. Like next week on Thursday, we are going to celebrate Sinterklaas. So my parents will be coming, but more on that next week. I am wanting to do like a little bit of a Sinterklaas themed video next week. But I want to know from you. It will be in a Let's Hook video, so you can also say like I don't want to see anything at all because I don't watch Let's Hook videos. That's fine. Totally understand, but at least then I know a little bit in advance like if there are people willing to watch or not. But I'm thinking about 2 different things. One is grab 1 or 2, depending on a little bit like how everything goes, of the Sinterklaas songs and translate them to English. So you can like get a little bit of the Sinterklaas vibe and still understand it. I obviously will then take the Dutch version and like see if I can find somewhere that has a nice version and link them so you can also like hear them in Dutch. Because I'm not going to be singing them. That you can forget. Because, yeah. But yeah, I can obviously still link them for you if you really want to hear them like fully sung and everything. You can still listen to them. Or the other option that we have is that I like go through the different versions, to say it like that, of Sinterklaas and Piet. Formerly known up until like a few years ago as Black Piet, Zwarte Piet. I'm not going into the part like if it's racial or not, racist or not. That's to each their own. But like the history behind it, because it never was like intended as racist or like a slave or anything. But it's a bit like the transformation and like how everything was at the time that it was like thought up to be like that, and what it was before, like how everything came to be, like why it is he now like he is now, he or she, because Piet can also be female. It's just a name. It's like I almost want to say like the profession, because they have like a lot of them. You have like hat Pete, bake Pete. I don't know, you can think of everything, put Pete behind it, and yeah, you have a Pete. But like, what was it before? It was, yeah, now we have just Pete. Now they are like more like sud Pete's. Like, how did the transition, like what was the, like how did they did it to kids? I believe it was like not many people have a chimney anymore. So before it was like black because they go through the chimney. Now not many people have a chimney anymore. So now they don't come through the chimney at like a lot of places. So now they have just a little bit of soot on their face and everything. And it's a whole lot of something. But what before it was Black Pete because he came through the chimney. But what was it before that? Like, what was the transition then? Like, what was the intention to create Black Pete as helper of Sinterklaas? Because I believe like Black Pete was the first helper. Like Sinterklaas itself, like how did he change? And yes, he has at least somewhat of the same origin as Santa Claus, because it's both Saint Nicholas, if you would at least translate the Dutch name, because here it is Sint Nicolaas. But yeah, Saint Nicholas, Sint Nicolaas. I think you can understand it's the same. Like, also like how come the looks of him and everything, and but yeah, a little bit of like the history of Sinterklaas and Piet and all the things that go around it, or songs. Like, what do you think? Would you like to see it still in Let's video? Because if I do it a week after to have a diamond painting video, or if you say like, hey, I would rather have you do it in a diamond painting video, but still have it a week later, the Let's video, or just skip it a month, depending on what you want. I'm also debating on like letting you in on all the planning I am doing for next year and the end of this year. Because yeah, I am in full planning mode, like for the entire channel and how I want to figure out like what I want to do. The only planning I now have is I want to finish Train of Dreams, because it's big. I probably will be finishing it, words, next week. And I am planning on finishing a lot after that. I'm planning to go on a finishing streak. I plan on like finishing like this one. I still have to do this part. Can you see like how much I need to do? No. That's the thing I need to do, like this part. I'm not going to open it now because, yeah, I'm 43 minutes in. I don't think I really want to open this part yet. So I'm planning on finishing this and all the things. Whoa, I'm sorry. Depending also on like, do you all want to see a diamond painting video next week? I might not have this one finished yet. So I need to see like the next project and stuff. So yeah, it's a whole lot of something or another. We need to see. And yeah, do you want to? So basically, please let me know down in the comment section below this video if you want to help me out. It would be amazing. Do you want to see like translated Sinterklaas songs? Or do you want to know a Sinterklaas and Piet background story, or like general like Sinterklaas the holiday background? Like, why does he have a horse? Why does he have a boat? Why does he have this? Why does he have that? If you have specific things, like if you know a little bit about it, like how does it look in general? Like, are there certain questions you have? Let me know down in the comment section as well. But especially let me know which of the two does your preference have. If like most of you say the same thing, I will be going with that. But yeah, it will be nice to have some input from you. I will still be writing both the ideas down, and the other one I can still do next year. if you have an idea that you are like, oh, I really want to have the information about this, please also let me know. Also like about other themes. As always, if you have things you want to hear about the Netherlands, Dutch language or anything, let me know down in the comment section. Do you have stories that you're like, I have heard something about it in like this story in Dutch? Please, could you elaborate? Let me know. I can see what I can do. There are many WIP and Chats in a year, so I will probably get around to doing it someday. Obviously, I will try to do it kind of quickly. Depends on how research heavy it is. But yeah, main thing for next week, songs or information or anything else. That's like the main thing I want to know. So yeah, that would help me out a lot. Also, like anything else, like do you have any ideas for me for next year? Like, hey, I want to see this company, or I want to see something like this, or something like that. Shoot it out. Do you have any ideas? Let me know. Or suggestions, obviously. And I can see, like, can I plan around it? Can I plan something with it? Like, what all can I do to obviously also make the channel fun for you? I want to make it fun for me, but I also want to make it fun for you. Because, yeah, if I don't want to share what I do, why would I even do it? And I just like to share my craziness, my rambliness, my craftiness with all of you guys. That's why I started the channel. If I never wanted to share it, I wouldn't have started it. And as long as I have fun with it, I'll just keep going. And up till now, I have fun with it. So I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but who cares? I'm doing this because it's fun. And apparently some of you think the same. But yeah, I thought I heard my phone shut off, but it's still recording. But yeah, as I said, like, help me out with like everything I told you before. And yeah, like also let me know, do you want to know like my plans for next year already? Because I might do that like next week or the week after, depending on a little bit on how everything goes, obviously, depending on also like how detailed my planning is already gotten. Because yeah, I have at least something figured out for next year, and yeah, that's a whole load of something. But yeah, if you want to hear my planning, like everything I have figured out, everything how I want to do it, like let me know down in the comment section below. And yeah, if you want to hear it, I can tell it. So yeah. But yeah, I have been rambling on long enough for now. So yeah, I'm just going to shut up here. Well, after I did my whole YouTube intro, well, not intro, but end of the video and everything. So yeah, as usual, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have not been subscribed and you are still on board with all the rambling and craziness and everything you heard here in this video, well, you might consider subscribing because it might be something for you. If not, that's also perfectly fine. If there's anything else you want to watch, go ahead and watch it. But yeah, as I said, like, comment all the questions I asked you, please do, because that helps me out a lot. Just like liking, subscribing, and all the fun YouTube stuff, every interaction with a channel helps the creator. Not only mine, but if you do it with anybody else, that helps them out as well. So I know I don't have too terribly many people that comment on like a lot of videos, but I am really grateful for everybody of you that does. I know for myself, I'm also one that does not comment a lot on videos. So yeah, I'm not going to say like, you have to comment on my videos, because I don't do it as well. So yeah, I can understand if you don't do it, but it would help a lot if you would consider doing that. So thank you in advance in case you do. And if you don't, well, that's also fine. If you want to let me know that you watched the video, but you are not willing to take the time or don't have the time to make like a full long comment, just put in an emoji. Maybe like a tiger or like a house or a hammer for like my attic removal reconstruction thingy. Or a dentist, because I also talked a lot about a dentist with our daughter. So anything you think is fitting, even if you just want to put in a smiley, that's also perfectly fine. That also will put a smile on my face. But yeah, with that all being said, yeah, I'm now just rambling on about nothing. So as always, if you like the video, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and all the fun YouTubey stuff. I hope you will all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, whatever applies. And I hope to see you in a next video. Bye!